All right, welcome everybody back to the Back 40. I'm Alex. I'm here with my two co-hosts, Nick.
What's up?
Dayton.
What up?
So I hope you all had a good week this week. Well, I'm glad too. I'm glad you did have a good week this week. That's fine too. Sometimes
You
I
didn't
just
give us a chance to respond, bud.
I know, right? Sometimes I just start talking and I just hope I figure it out along the way. So,
Alex said, sometimes you have to assert happiness into a situation,
sometimes you have to.
whether it's there or not.
That's right. You better proclaim it.
Dude, I'm like,
Amen.
to be honest, that's kind of profound a little bit. When you think about
Yeah.
it, you have to like just make something good happen out of nothing, or good vibes, or good feelings, whatever you want to call it.
Welcome to the Kickback
Yeah.
40,
That's true.
your weekly therapist session.
Right.
Yeah, you gotta like get reel up into the mic, talk so
Reel up
Oh,
into
let
the
me
mic.
redo it.
Relaxing.
Let me redo it. Hold on.
relaxing and smooth.
This is how it feels that you five guys.
Welcome to the Kickback 40. I know last week we were talking about your wants in life. And
No, we were talking
How
about
you
Marvel's
can
and DC comics.
Oh my
You were there. You should know. I'm just kidding.
you give me enough time, I'll write a self-help book, and that'll
A
be
self-help book.
next.
I ain't gonna lie though. I'm one of those guys that like when they buy a dresser drawer or whatever, you're like, all right, where's the instruction booklet?
Okay, so what I'm about to tell you, I haven't told a lot of people. Okay, are you ready? So, what was it? Like maybe a month and a half ago. I guess I was just having like some really bad allergies. It was hitting me hard. If anybody knows me, knows that I have chronic allergies. Not as bad as Alex's, but it's still pretty bad. And so it was so bad that I had to take a Benadryl before I went to bed, right? Well, I am a firm believer that certain, I guess, medications or drugs or whatever can alter dreams, make you have certain type of dreams. Depends on the person, sure, but me, if I take a Benadryl before I go to bed, my thoughts and dreams go super creative. All right?
Really?
Yeah. So, all that to be said, about a month and a half ago, I had to take some Benadryl before I went to bed, and while I was asleep in my REM sleep, I mean, I'm talking deep, deep, deep sleep, I had this
Your REM
dream,
sleep?
or whatever you want to call it.
I haven't been in REM
It's
cycle.
called It's called rapid eye movement, and so they call it REM.
There you go.
That's what it looks
Yeah,
like.
yeah, yeah.
That kind of sleep. So,
Yeah.
I know y'all can't see that, but
and
just picture that.
I guess this is a good time as any to tell y'all, but I am actually fixing to start writing a book. And this book is going to be about the dream that I had a month and a half ago. And
Is it like a picture book or like?
no, I can't stand you.
It's gonna be on a 5th grade
This is
reading level. 'Cause I think that's all I can handle.
Evan made a lemonade stand.
But in all seriousness,
And a duck walked up to the lemonade stand and said,
I would write a book like that too.
All right, and I'm sorry. In all seriousness, Nick.
But
What do you think it's going to be about?
well, what I know that it's going to be about is it's kind of going to have like a Stephen King feel to it. And so
this was like a creepy dream.
this was not necessarily a creepy dream, but more of a thriller.
Okay.
And so basically the summary of the story is that there are 3 kids that grew up in this house, kind of a farmhouse. Well, fast forward to years later, all the kids are grown, they've moved out, and it's kind of up in the air whether the house that they grew up in is either up for sale on the market, or something draws them to go back to their house that they grew up in. Well, before I get into the next part, what you need to know is that their father was a real SOB growing up, right? Mm-hmm. He was a drunk. He beat his wife. He beat on them, the quote unquote the kids, stuff like that. Kind of very abusive father. Mm-hmm. And so now, fast forward to when they're adults, the father is dead. And so something happens to where it draws them back to the house that they grew up in, whether to visit or whatever. So they do. Well, the entire time that they are inside the house and I guess revisiting the home that they grew up in, the father's ghost is haunting them while they are in the house and making them have hallucinations of old memories that they had as a child. Old memories meaning bad memories that they had in the house. Yeah. So yeah, I think it's going to be good.
That'd be good. I'd read it.
It's going to be good.
I'm currently reading about specifically killer cults, and all of these cults ended in either mass suicides or massacres by the cult leaders. So it's a really interesting read.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm gonna try and start it as a book, and then I don't know. I guess if it grows to be good enough or whatever, I might use my filming skills to film a movie.
Hey.
Now that is some real money that would have to play a part in the production of this that I don't have. Yeah. But in all seriousness, I have good hopes for it.
Well, that's cool. I'm excited to see what becomes of it.
I need to go to bed after some Benadryl more often, because I don't have like story ideas like this often.
I don't ever have story ideas.
I have ADHD, so I have dreams like that every night, but
that kind of sucks.
My dreams are on crack, bro.
That kind of sucks. I'm not gonna lie.
No wonder I wake up depressed.
Oh my God!
Nick almost spit his Dr. Pepper.
You caught me with a mouthful of Dr. Pepper. Oh my gosh!
Anyway, we're not talking about spooky dreams and possible career paths this week.
By the way, let this be for the record that idea that I just said is Nick Conder's idea.
Okay, yeah, he's going to copyright it when we get through recording.
Yeah.
So if anyone listening tries to steal it, he can sue him.
That's right.
Anyway, we're talking about video games.
We are going to be getting into video games this month.
Yeah. So if you remember, last month was or last theme or whatever. I think it went a little over a month, but last theme was Marvel vs. DC. We had a blast doing those episodes, and kind of keeping along the same lines of just some common interests that we all share. We wanted to Nick's idea for this month was just talk about video games.
Absolutely.
So This episode is just going to be kind of a general overlook, how we feel about video games, how video games have impacted our life up to this point.
Yeah.
And then as the month progresses, we will get a little bit more specific, maybe talk about specific video games, possible future video games we're looking forward to playing.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and
sure. Alex,
I'll go ahead and tell you this. If you're just a diehard gamer, like, not really into going to the movies or anything like that, or not really into comics, but if you're into gaming, streaming, watching streamers, watching gameplays and stuff like that, this is going to be the absolute month for you. I mean, this is all things video games.
For sure.
So,
and also,
yeah,
this is
it's going to be fun.
This is a copyrighted idea of the Back 40. Wink, wink. Not really. But we are trying to kind of dip our toes into the waters of streaming as well.
Yeah.
We've talked about possibly in the future having some gaming streams and uploading them to YouTube, and I think that'd be really fun.
I don't think the world's ready for that.
I don't think I'm ready for it. But anyway, if you've heard us talk about games like Dead by Daylight or Vanguard and Apex, you've heard us talk about those kind of games. Well, in the future, possibly, hopefully, you will be able to watch us play those games. And so if any of you have ever been interested in seeing something like that, maybe that will be coming in the future.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for watch out for news of that.
Dead by Daylight, I swear we could do a podcast for 8 hours a day and not run out of content about Dead by Daylight.
Well, there's people that do that, and that's just their job. So if you think we could actually pull that off,
it would take time.
Let's get this ball rolling.
And for the listeners, in order for us to be able to do that, you're going to have to promote the absolute crap out of us.
Yes.
For us to be able to quit our day jobs and go to just straight gaming.
Yeah. So everybody keep liking and rating and reviewing and commenting.
Subscribe to our
Help
YouTube
us
channel.
Realize our dreams.
Yeah, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like the videos, comment on them. If you have requests that you want us to do or to have a podcast about, please don't hesitate to go to message us on our Facebook page, comment under a video on our YouTube channel, anything. Leave us a review on a podcast platform, whatever you're listening to us on. Leave a review, and look, we are 100% open to requests that anything that you want us to dig into. I think there's really not much that we wouldn't.
There's not much that we can't talk about.
Right, so
honestly.
Feel free, absolutely. If you got some requests that you want to listen to us talk about, by all means, shout them out.
Yeah, and also, I think we mentioned either last episode or a couple episodes ago that we were eventually going to be doing a Back 40 live event. You guys could join us and watch, and it would be kind of a live event. We would be on this platform and on this stage, and y'all would be watching us as if you were an audience. You could also come in and just hang out and chill with us, or we would possibly have some Q&A stuff as well. So if you have any preemptive questions that you feel like we would need to think about and couldn't come up with an answer for on the spot, go ahead and post those to the YouTube channel or under a Facebook post, or leave a review in whatever platform you're listening to us on, and we will definitely mention those on the live event. That is coming sooner rather than later. Nick is on the ball. He just showed us before we press record what all he is able to do from this platform that we record on, that y'all will be watching us on as well for the live event. So, yeah, y'all be on the lookout for that.
Yeah.
But for this week, we are talking about video games. So, Alex, I want you to weigh in first, bud. What is some of your favorite video games right now to play?
Right now, I can't stop playing the
Right
show
now.
22, and that's I know everybody's like, "Oh, baseball or sports games," blah, 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 but I just can't. Like, there's like, I love collecting baseball cards. I like baseball. I watch baseball.
Yeah,
And,
Alex is like
all these like different legends and flashbacks. And
Alex bleeds like Atlanta Braves. Like, yeah. If nobody knows Alex, let me fill you in. Alex is a diehard baseball fan. Atlanta Braves, like, beating in his heart. Alex, have you even counted, or have you lost count of how many Braves games that you've been to?
Oh, definitely lost count.
Like, you go. How many games a season do you think you go to?
I went to my 5th one last weekend
For this year's season.
Just this season. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, you go quite often, but I mean, it's not like it's just super out of the way for you. I mean, you're down in Alabama and you just cross over to Atlanta, so you're right there. What, maybe about an hour and a half?
Yeah, and then you hit the interstate, you can make it an hour, man.
Well, yeah, the way you drive.
Yeah, man. Getting there.
Booking. But yeah,
I've
so
been playing that, and I've been playing that, and we always play Dead by Daylight like a lot. So I'm still playing that. Dying Light 2.
I was about to say, didn't you dig into Dying Light 2 for a while?
Yeah. Dying Light is one of the best zombie games ever.
Mm-hmm.
The first one and the second one, the newest one, did not disappoint. It's been really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
And the chase is like wow, like totally different than the first one.
Mm-hmm.
So
you said MLB The Show 22, or is it 22 or 23?
22.
22. And
22.
Dead by Daylight and Dying Light 2 are your top 3 favorites at this moment.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
And and Call of Duty will always have a place in my heart. Like, I cannot wait for the new remaster Modern Warfare to come out.
Oh, dude, that's going to be so good.
Yeah, it's going to be really good. I've already pre-ordered it. Done.
Hey, so answer me this. Does the pre-order get you early access, like 48 hours before it releases?
A whole weekend ahead.
A whole weekend? Okay.
Like if the game comes out on Monday, you get access Thursday.
Okay. So that pre-order allows you to do that.
Yes.
Okay. And you have
Also
pre-ordered
get
it.
All the betas
Okay.
as well.
Gotcha. So you got pretty much full beta access to the entire game. Now, does that? I'm assuming that's online play as well.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. But you only play against people that
Who have
also
the early access?
pre-ordered.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Exactly. And usually you'll get like special guns and weapons and bonus XP and like double XP and
What is
stuff
it?
like that.
What do they call that? What do they call that? A season battle pass or something?
Yes, that's what. Yeah, and it's like a season long.
Like you
buy it.
Like you tear up pretty quick.
Yeah,
and
but it's
stuff like
also
that.
like pretty long. Like I think the quickest I've done one is like 2 days.
Oh
maybe
wow!
a day. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when
Especially
Modern
double
Warfare
XP.
come out, as far as the one that everybody plays now. And I remember, like, so I'm always like one of the last ones to get like the new game because I don't have any money to freaking buy the new game. So
I don't either. I'm just addicted.
You also don't have Nick, probably out of all of us, Andy's not here this week. I know we haven't mentioned that, and some of you may be wondering
right?
that. Some of you may be wondering
what I'm thinking. Yeah, go ahead.
where Andy is, but I think Andy is on vacation this week. Took a little family vacation, so he is not here this week. He will be back next week. We miss him, and video games is a topic he can add a lot of content to. So we are excited to involve him in the conversations in the weeks ahead. But that is where he is this week. But what I was saying is, out of the four of us, Nick is probably the one that has the least amount of time to actually game. And so that plays a factor into him buying like new games and stuff as well.
Yeah. As much as I love gaming, I hate that I don't have a whole lot of time to. And I'm trying to change that between me taking care of complete media for IC Tech, the company that I work for. Aside from that, I also do like personal, like basically freelancing. So like if anybody needs graphics or for their business, or I even film commercials outside of work in my own time. So
you can see a little bit of his work over our channels and social media pages. Nick has done all the graphics for us. He has created the commercials and the intro and outro to the YouTube channel, and on the intro and outro that is in all of our videos now. Not videos, episodes. Yeah. Sorry. That is Nick's doing. So that gives you a little bit of a taste of what Nick can do. He is phenomenal at what he does.
Well, I appreciate that. But yeah, so I basically fill my time up with a lot of things that involve a lot of this and a lot of that and yada yada yada. So I hate that I don't have as much time as I want to game, but I'm trying to change that. And I would say probably by next year, it's looking that I will have a little more time a little more free time in my personal time. So,
well, hey, you got to respect the hustle.
Hey, times are hard. Times are hard in these times, and you got to
for sure.
You got to do what you got to do to keep it going. So,
that's one thing I can say about Alex and Nick. They are some hustling fools. Both of them got 2 or 3 side projects aside from their full-time job going on at any given time.
I tore down a building yesterday.
Did you really?
Yeah, I demolished the building.
Nice. But
yeah, I wish I could have been there.
Like
cool.
Like for right now, aside from my day job here at IC Tech, I'm currently in the process of creating a commercial for a local fitness gym that they had bought some time here at the local theater to do like a pre-show commercials and stuff like that of local businesses. So I'm in the process of creating that for him. And then funny enough, while I was there this past weekend filming for it, I got another job opportunity while filming for another local business, which is actually a doctor's clinic. So, yeah, I just shared my Dropbox portfolio with them this morning. So it's like, you get more business with each business. I don't know. It's funny how it works out that way.
That's cool. That's cool.
So you're going to do a commercial for a doctor's office?
Mm-hmm.
You should use that song that goes like, "Doctor, doctor, give me the news. I got a bad case of loving you." Do 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 do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do get what you're saying. I think that's a copyrighted song though, so I.
Oh, you can change lyrics.
I don't think that's public domain.
Or recorded. I told
Yeah.
the witch doctor I was in love with you. Do. You can do that one too.
Do the chipmunk version.
Don't know what we doctor told me what to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, so not to get off track.
Sorry,
Let me-
Siri
let me-
interrupted
let me
my
start that-
conversation
let me-
again. That's about the last time I've had it with her. We're over, Siri.
So, but yeah, not to get off topic or anything like that. But so, Dayton, what are your favorite video games in the world of today?
Well, as of right now, the only video game that I play is Dead by Daylight.
Okay.
I got
Go
pretty
figure.
hardcore. Yeah, I got pretty hardcore into it. Actually, pretty soon after we did the Dead by Daylight episode, that was just us talking about that game for an entire episode. That was later on in last season, and we mentioned being like the difference between survivor mains and killer mains, and so I really wanted to up my killer main game. So I got into prestiging my killers and learning how the different power. If for some reason, like if there's an update. And I just can't play it when I'll have time to play. I do. This is so funny, and Alex is going to laugh his butt off. I play Lawn Mowing Simulator just to pass the time.
Nice.
It's relaxing in a very weird way.
Yeah, you got to run around, pick up all the sticks and crap.
Dude, they've got so many like simulators now. They got farming simulator, lawn mowing simulator, pressure washing simulator. Like they have so many. What? You didn't know that, Alex?
Pressure washing simulator?
Yeah, they have a pressure washing simulator.
Right now at this moment.
They also have like car wash
promise you, because
simulator.
when I
Yeah.
pressure wash
Fire
stuff,
has
oh my
covered
gosh.
I even think they have like a firefighting simulator.
They have a gas station simulator.
Yep. Dude, they got it all, man.
A gas station simulator?
They do. You're the
Yeah.
owner of a gas station.
Mhm.
You gotta. It's like this beat down, run down gas station. You got to make it up and make a business out of it again.
7-Eleven out of it.
Pretty much.
I like it.
Anyway, and I'll say, Alex's main game was MLB Show 22. When that first came out, I was hot and heavy into that because I love baseball games as well. I love baseball. Not as much as Alex, and I'll be the first to admit that, but I was into that game. I don't do the challenges as much as he does.
Oh, I do all
think
of
they're
them.
called the dynasty challenges or the
Yes.
dynamic challenges.
Monthly challenges, weekly challenges.
Yeah.
daily challenges. There's a summer program.
I got pretty heavy into Road to the Show. That's what I did. I just made my character and take him from the minors to the majors, and have a freaking 600 batting average because you can do that, and then they'll still send you down to AAA at the end of the year.
Yeah, I hate that. You won the freaking Triple Crown, and then you go to the World Series, and you're like, "Hey, we ain't got room for you down here. You're gonna have to go."
No,
home."
I mentioned it. I mentioned it in one episode.
Last game.
But like, you could throw a no hitter, and your pitching coach is going to come to you and be like, "You need some time in the pen." I hate that. I hate it so much. But
Nice.
anyway, yeah, I was playing that hot and heavy for a while. But yeah, here recently, I mean, probably past month and a half, it's just been hardcore DBD for me.
Yeah.
Because when I'm not playing with anybody, I just like leveling up my killers, and when I am playing, that's really one of the only games that we all four have that we can play together, and so that's what we play. So that is my main game
Heck
at
yeah.
the moment, and I don't see it changing in the foreseeable future. They are constantly coming out with updates, and this most recent update that is supposed to drop at the end of this month sometime is going to change a lot of things as far as prestige system, and different perks are getting overhauled, and so gameplay is going to be completely different. So you basically have to relearn how to play the game, and I am excited for that.
We have to
Yeah.
relearn
But-
how to play Dead by Daylight. I'm gonna kill myself.
People who rely heavily on meta perks right now will,
Oh, that's
because I'll tell you, Dead Hard is getting run into the ground. like to where it won't even matter anymore.
I want this, and I understand this is not the way that they envision the game, but I want something to hit the killer with at least one time. Like I could turn around mid chase and smack him
It's
in the
the
head.
flashlight, I think, isn't it?
Yeah,
You
I
can-
think
you
the
can
closest
blind
thing you have is a flashbang.
Flashbang, yeah, and I stun.
That is
Yeah.
like hitting them,
Right.
And that stuns them and blinds them for a
I
couple
want
seconds.
a baseball bat that I can smack this dude in the head with and stun him for about 3 to 5 seconds.
But here's the thing: as a killer main, I can tell you that it's already almost always survivor sided, even when y'all don't have weapons.
I can't tell. I guess I'm just that
Yeah.
bad at the game.
No. It's not. It's not that you're bad at the game. It's that you are the type of survivor that killers do not want to mess with, because you just run gens, and if you don't mess with you, you're just going to get gens done. But if you do mess with you, everybody else is going to come to protect you because they know that you're the one getting gens done. So literally, when I play by myself, I come into the lobby and I tell myself, okay, I got to find the Alex of this team and mess them up, get them off track, because you are the survivor type that killers hate.
Yeah, I'm strictly objective based. Like I want to
Yeah.
get in and get out.
There is no slowdown if you play with an Alex.
No, I even use the perk that lets you miss triggers without setting off an alarm. I mean, you can ask Andy and Dayton too. I don't miss triggers. I don't need it. Just a fail safe.
I'm playing with the pig right now, and I'll tell you what, I rely very heavily when I play with the pig on sound notifications, because she's not great in chase to begin with, and so if someone runs that perk that you're talking about, it's like game over for me. It's like, well, I'll take my 1K and be on my way.
Mhm. Yep.
That's a good perk. That's a good perk.
For sure. I think.
I get
Anyway,
I think.
Nick, what about you?
I think my 3 favorite. I have a top 2. The third one is going to be. I'll just start at number 3. Number 3 is going to be Dead by Daylight, because that's the one that I play.
Hey.
That's the one that I play with y'all with. My number 2 is. You'll come to find out that I got 2 types of video games that I like to play. One is horror, and number 2 is like medieval RPGs. So
Okay.
my number 2 favorite game right now is Skyrim. I know it's oldie, but it's a good one.
It's a really good game.
And
One of the best games I've ever played.
my number 1 favorite game, and it will be my favorite game of all time, till the day I die, is the very first Fable.
Hey.
I love it. I started playing that game when I was in 5th grade, and I still play it today. And I think I started playing it on the original Xbox. I'm talking like the OG. And I'll never forget the first day I ever played that game. I was at my girlfriend at the time's house, and her mom, I guess she enjoyed playing games, and she had an Xbox, and I think she was playing it in the living room. I think so. And I said, "What game is that?" And she was like, "Oh, it's this game called Fable." And she handed me like the case to it. And so I looked it over, turned it on the back, and you can read stuff about it. And I was looking at some of the pictures of like screenshots of gameplay throughout the game and reading the summaries to it. And I fell in love. And I was watching her gameplay of it, and I was like, this is amazing. This is 100% amazing. And so I'll never forget, I think it was that day that my parents had come pick me up, and I think I looked at her, I was like, I cannot wait to come back so I can play this game again. She put the disc in the case, handed it to me, and said, "It's yours." And
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
Cool.
And so I still have it. I still have it to this day. and it is the original Xbox disc for it. And of course, that was before the Lost Chapters came out, and the Fable Anniversary, obviously. But I still have my original Xbox, and it's slow as crap and not reliable. But I
still have.
Yeah.
Wait, you said the original, the black one?
The OG Xbox. I still have it.
Have you ever hooked it up recently? Or like played it?
So I hooked it. The last time I hooked it up and played it was probably about 5 years ago, and it works.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it works,
cool.
And it was Fable that I was playing on it. So
Wow.
That's great.
yep, and
Awesome.
And so I have the Fable for the original Xbox. I have Fable Lost Chapters. Now, if you don't know anything about Fable, the difference between Fable and Fable the Lost Chapters is the Lost Chapters has a few more quests at the end of the game. And so it just kind of it's like a continuation of the story, whereas in the original Fable it kind of just drops off. But in the Lost Chapters, it kind of has a more satisfying ending to it. But anyway, so years later, the Xbox 360 came out, and they remastered Fable and called it Fable Anniversary. And I also have Fable Anniversary. It's a little bit easier to play on the Xbox 360, which is what I do. And Fable Anniversary is basically Fable Lost Chapters. So it does have the continuation of the story at the end of it. And it's by far the greatest game I've ever played in my life. And probably it's going to be hard to beat it, because you're talking about nostalgic childhood of that game being instilled in me. So it's going to be a hard game to beat.
Now, when you talk about the best game you've ever played, I'll give my 2 cents on that topic.
Okay.
The best game I have ever played, and have not come across a game that is any better, and I don't know if I will.
Right.
And I think a lot of people would agree with me. But it is Red Dead 2 Redemption.
That is a great game, my dude.
It's such a good game. I mean, the best storyline, the best graphics, the best character arc development of a game that I have ever played. Now, it took 3 days to download, but it was because it was such a massive game. I mean, they put a ton of work into making that game what it is.
I'm gonna tell you something.
And it is phenomenal.
It like the storyline, not only just for the storyline, but the timing of the storyline. The pacing of the storyline. It is so like when I first played the game. Of course, I like to venture. I like to have a little adventure because it is open world, and so basically, when you get out of the very beginning part where you finally find your first camp out of the mountains. If you haven't played this game, I'm about to spoil it, but just a little bit. But
it's been out for years.
I know, but finally, when you finally get out of the mountains in the very beginning of the game, and you settle down in your first camp, then you are at that point open to the world. You can venture off to go anywhere except for Blackwater, because as soon as you step foot in Blackwater, the Pinkertons will kill you on sight. Like, you can't even run from them. But when it got to that point in the game, I ventured off, because when you open up your map at that point, it's all just there's nothing but the exact point on the map that you're in. So you can't see anything. You don't know where you're at. Yada yada yada. So I kind of went town to town. I just ventured off and opened up my map a little bit, to see a little more of what's around me and where places are, stuff like that. And then once I did that, I kind of continued the story of the game and stuff like that. And so back to getting to the pace of the story, it is phenomenal. You know how like you've been playing a game and it's kind of lengthy, but you almost like things are getting heated in the story, and you kind of almost feel like the game is fixing to come to an end. Have y'all ever felt that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So
there's a lot of points in that game that I felt like that.
Right, and so I felt like when I first had that feeling, I kind of almost didn't want to play any more of it because I didn't want the game to end. It was so good. I didn't want the storyline to end. I didn't want everything about the game to come to an end. And so there was probably a solid week where I just didn't play it. And but it was still in my mind the entire time, like, I want to play the game, but I'm afraid that if I come back to it and I start playing it, the game's going to end, and I don't want that to happen.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
But no, it was Red Dead Redemption 2 is a solid, amazing game, and I love the epilogue at the very end, where it basically pretty much leads into the first one. I love how they did that.
For sure. I mean, and the way they tied the first one and the second one, because for those of you who don't know, the second one is a prequel to the first one. And the way they tied that together and made it make sense was is so well done. I've never played another game like it.
Yeah, for sure. And then, obviously, after you've finished the game and you cry at the end.
Oh yeah.
I guess.
Oh yeah.
I guess.
I did.
I guess depending on which ending you get, but
I would have cried either way.
Yeah.
I cried at the end of one for sure.
Look, I'll tell you this. I teared up when at the end when Arthur's horse died, and there's kind of a cinematic scene where his horse is laying on the ground and it's dying, and he kind of army crawls over to him, I guess, a little bit, and is there with his horse as his horse dies, and he pets his horse, and he just tells him, all he says is thank you, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, because you and that horse,
we had a bond.
been through. Well, and I mean, pardon my French for anyone that gets offended by this, but I don't consider this cussing. It's in the Bible. Anyway, but you and that horse have been through 10 different types of hell together.
Absolutely.
And then to get to that point in the story, and it's like,
yeah, things are very heated in that point in time. And so when his horse dies, all you can think, no, not the horse, no, not his horse, yeah. And they screenplayed it so good, and I love in that moment you saw the real, genuine relationship between owner and, I don't want to say pet, but companion,
animal.
Yeah. Because, the horse was more than just a pet to him, like that was his ride or die.
It's his best friend.
Exactly. And so in that moment, you really feel that best friend relationship coming to a close because of death. And God, it makes your heart heavy.
You talk about an emotional sequence.
Yes.
Because right after that, he dies.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah. And, I hate, God, that, to be honest, I never saw it the first time through, the exact moment that he catches tuberculosis.
Mm-hmm.
I never saw it the first time through.
It sucks how it happened.
I never saw it the first time through.
It absolutely sucks how it happened.
Yeah, where that dude just coughs in his face.
Yep.
But yeah, the first time playing it through, I never saw it, or I never realized the exact moment that he catches TB. And it took me going. Truth be told, I didn't go back and play it a second time because I was thoroughly satisfied with the first, and I don't know.
I was too. I went back and did all the other side missions and side quests and stuff. But I'm with you. The first time through was good enough for me.
But it wasn't until afterwards that I started going back and watching gameplay and stuff like that. And
same here.
And I noticed,
watch any gameplay.
Yeah, and first. I noticed through gameplay the exact moment that he got tuberculosis, and it really sucks because all throughout the game, Arthur is trying to turn his life around and put his old habits away and basically rebuild himself into a new man and a right man. And it really sucks because Arthur is a character in this storyline that doesn't deserve to die, but he does.
No, it doesn't. Mm-hmm.
And so that is sad in itself. But yeah, it Red Dead Redemption 2 is a banger of a game. 100%.
I agree 100%.
And I will you'll never hear me not recommend Red Dead Redemption 2. Either one of them are great games. 1 and 2. But
I will say that I think 2 is better than 1.
Oh, I agree. I agree.
Like, not just because of graphics, the story was so good.
Oh my gosh! And
dude,
you talk like there. So, when the game first come out, there were umpteen hundreds of gamers like screenshotting their gameplay and stuff like that. And let me tell you something: the graphics in that game are so good that these screenshots were. A lot of these screenshots were hard to tell between reality and a game, and they did something right with the landscape of this game. They created a beautiful world in Red Dead Redemption 2. I mean, gorgeous. Mm-hmm. With landscaping and nature elements and stuff like that. It is gorgeous. But I'll be the first to tell you, I get my best experience out of games through story-driven games. And Red Dead Redemption 2 is that. If you want a great story, Red Dead Redemption 2 is a great game for you to experience. Yes. Not only just story driven, but great gameplay, great AI. Mm-hmm. One of the this is just it's pretty stupid, but I enjoy doing it. So a lot of times, like if I just want to play some Red Dead Redemption 2, I will go to Oh, Valentine, the town of Valentine, and I'll go to the bar, the saloon there, and I'll just start creating bar fights.
You got a problem,
Dude.
You look at me funny.
I think it was me and Andy that we did some Red Dead 2 online play, and we just went around and just antagonized everybody, and got them to just square up to us and start swinging at us.
GTA meets Old West.
Yes, but it was
awesome.
it was so fun. Like that, after you've played the story of Red Dead 2, and you just want to have fun with the game itself. I like to just go to Valentine and pick bar fights.
I went fishing a lot.
Fun. You went fishing a lot?
There's still times I get on if I'm bored and another game isn't working or whatever. I'll get on Red Dead 2 and just play like free roam and online and just go fishing.
Now, did y'all ever go back and kill the legendary animals?
Yes, I did.
I got the bear.
You got the bear?
Yeah.
Isn't there a legendary fish as well?
Yeah, I caught the fish too. There's a lot that I didn't do, but I caught the fish and I killed the bear.
Yeah. I can't remember.
One of my favorite things to do while playing the actual story is when you come up on like a small gang from the Pinkertons.
Yes.
Like 3 or 4 guys, and they try to bum rush you or whatever. One of my favorite things to do, and I know they're dead and it's not even a real person playing against you, but in my head, I'm taking this real serious. And so, just the amount of disrespect I wanted to show them, I just shoot them all in the head and then ride back to camp on their horse and then call my horse with me. And so it followed me back to camp. And then as soon as I get to camp, just be like, all right, get out of my face.
Yeah.
Thing would just run off.
It's so crazy how, like, by the end of the game, like, you're going to catch yourself talking like Arthur Morgan.
Oh, yes.
Like, I played that game. Like, I would even do it. I would even talk like him in, like, personal life. Hey,
get out of my face.
that's what me and Andy love to do when we played Red Dead 2 online, is like we would just go around and antagonize just everybody. Let's see. There's a dog, I think, in Valentine, and that you can go up and pet. And so me and Andy have this joke between us where it all started from when we played Red Dead 2 online, and we would go up to this dog in Valentine and we would pet him. And as soon as we would pet him, then we would do the exact opposite and like scold him.
Yeah.
So it's funny because you hear Arthur like, yeah, that's a good boy right there. Get out of my face. Like, so it's more of just the humor of like just completely turning on a dime.
Like so bipolar.
Yeah.
That's a good boy right there. Get out of my face.
It's funny.
What were you saying, Alex?
I don't know what my favorite game is, but I do know that I can tell you a game that I probably had the most fun playing, and that was I'm about to give my age a little bit here. My first gaming system console was the Nintendo 64.
Wow, you're old.
That's the first one I
That's
owned.
it?
That was mine. The first one I ever played was the original Nintendo, or the Super Nintendo. The Super Nintendo.
The first game console I ever had / played was the Sega Genesis. Yeah,
That was roughly the same time as the 64.
It was. It wasn't far apart. No.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had I can remember like it was yesterday, a Saturday morning, and I'm 5 years old, and I'm getting up out of bed, and I'm turning on my Sega Genesis. And I'll never forget, I had Road Rash for Sega Genesis, and it was like the coolest game.
That was a good one.
And it took me a while to figure out what the game actually was, because I was 5 and I just really didn't pay that much attention to it. But it wasn't until I got maybe a year or two older that I was like, oh, you can actually fight people while riding this motorcycle.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just show you the difference in age here. My first gaming console that I ever played on was a PlayStation 2.
Oh my god!
Wow, that makes me feel really old.
Yeah, me too.
I remember when I used to play the duck game where you shoot the ducks on the TV.
Oh
with the
my
plastic
gosh!
You just pew pew. I can't remember what that.
But Nick, also remember, you were starting college when I was. Wait, what year did you start college?
2012.
Yeah, I was 12.
Oh my gosh.
So I was starting like 6th or 7th grade when you started college.
Don't tell me that.
I'm just. Well, I mean, you're like, oh my gosh.
Like I might as well. I might as well just come on this podcast like, welcome to the back 40.
Where's my applesauce?
I remember when.
Let me turn my hearing aids on. Hey, I had the cream of wheat. No, you had the oatmeal. No, I had the cream of wheat. You give me that oatmeal. Do y'all know what that is?
Yes.
That's a reference.
Yes.
Alex, don't let me down.
I know that song. Don't let me down.
Oh,
my
he
God.
doesn't know what it is.
No.
So that's a Drake and Josh. It's a Drake and Josh reference.
Again, age difference. But you're watching Drake and Josh.
Drake, you were a teenager when Drake and Josh was out. You were still watching stuff.
Absolutely not Drake and Josh. Well, not when that. No,
No, Drake and
What?
Josh was like early
What?
2000s.
I'm not a teenager. Early 2000s, am I? Hold on, listen.
Oh come on!
How old are you?
Come on!
How old are you now?
You got to at
30.
least. You got to at least know like the little.
So you're
cue.
only 8 years older than me. So early 2000s.
You must be 22.
In 2000, I was 1.
Oh my
I was not a teenager. In the early. Now, this is making it worse. I don't appreciate this. Anyway,
Like you gotta remember the hilarious moment whenever Meg's diabolical plans always fall into place, and then there's Josh Peck right there that's just like, Megan.
I loved it.
I watched a lot of Dexter's Laboratory.
Oh, you ain't even kidding.
Let's see, my favorite Cartoon Network show from that era was The Grim Adventures of Bill and Mandy.
The Grim Adventures of Bill and Mandy? Or Billy and Mandy?
That was a good show too.
Yeah, it was.
That was my stuff. I mean, Courage the Cowardly Dog. You know, come to think
Classic.
of it, that probably started my horror obsession. Because those were not like super happy shows.
Bro, I'm about to send you a TikTok.
So, if we want to take things back in the
About
day,
that, what you just said.
involving games, there was.
Anyway, did I ever say what game I played?
Oh, it had to be Mario 64.
Oh no.
What?
No. You mean what?
What?
I played the best game there was on
Doom?
the 64, son.
Sonic.
No.
Sonic
What
was
was
Sega.
The original, obviously. Super Smash Bros.
I wasn't born, so I don't know.
Wait, hold on. I thought
Yeah.
no, I thought we were talking about Nintendo 64.
Yes. The Super Smash Brothers. It was on the N64. The original.
It was also on GameCube.
I thought that was just
it was
regular
on the
Nintendo.
64 No, Nintendo 64. He'd be like, Falcon Punch. And he'd be like, "Arr!" and he'd be like, ding, disappear into the solar system.
So, y'all don't know this, but I have Mario Super Smash Bros. 2 and 3, and I am still actually able to play them because I don't have per se a Nintendo, but it is a retro gaming system that you can play those games on. So I have
really cool.
Yeah, I have that currently hooked up to my TV in my bedroom, and I haven't played it in a while. But yeah, if y'all ever want to dig back into some Mario, just come on over. I don't have the first one though. I don't have the first one, but I do have 2 and 3.
That's a bit of a drive for Andy and Alex.
3's my favorite. Three's when you get introduced. 3 is when you get introduced to the tail, where you can fly.
Oh yeah. That's a bit of a drive for Andy and Alex, but if I have a free weekend, I can definitely come over.
Heck yeah. 2 is like you don't know it in the very beginning of the game, but you're basically in a dream. And 2 is like you can like pull turnips up out of the ground and throw them at your enemies.
Yeah, because you're not going to eat turnips. That's disgusting.
Yeah, exactly.
I hate turnips, bro.
Wow.
But yeah. So speaking of Mario 64, that was an icon in time itself. Was when like a 3D Mario come out, so to speak.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like you talk about turn of events when Mario 64 come out. Holy crap.
Mm-hmm.
I remember PlayStation 2, some of my favorite games to play on there were Street Hoops, which was
I remember that.
It was a basketball game, but it was literally just like you're playing in the street. It's cool.
Yep.
Fight Night Round 2 was my absolute favorite game. So you remember when you used to go to a Hastings or a Blockbuster or a movie gallery, and you could get them to clean your
They had this little machine where it would buff scratches out and stuff like that.
Yeah. So I played that game so much that it got to a point that I was taking it every week to get it cleaned, just so I could play it for that week. Yeah,
man, that's a lot.
You're hard on them discs, ain't you?
I played the crap out of that game, bro. Fight Night Round 2, and then of course like Madden games. Madden 07 was a good one.
I think my top 2 favorite. Oh, I better not do that. I better not. No, I'm not going to label it. I'm not going to limit myself to just 2. Okay, I'll just throw all my favorite PS2 games out there. You ready? Number 1 was Need for Speed Underground 2.
Bruh, I had that on GameCube.
Yeah.
And Andy thinks this is so funny. I don't know if y'all do this, but I associate songs with video games, and I will. Yeah. No, the song that I associate with that video game is Black Betty by Spiderbait.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was always like the second or third song that would play, and you get you a shiny black car, and it would da 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 da. Wow, Black Betty, yeah, Black Betty. I was like, oh yeah.
Dude, I guarantee you could walk up to anybody today and be like, hey, what games that, like, because it was the very first song that would play in the like startup lobby. It was like Yep. I guarantee you everyone will know what game you're talking about. Hey, what game was the startup song? Like and they're like, oh, Need for Speed Underground 2. Dude, it was such a good game.
Such a good game.
Number 2 for me.
You want to feel like a complete baddie? and you're just street
Yes,
racing.
yes.
You played that game.
Absolutely. I even play it today.
Bro, I would if I had something that did.
Dude, I'll be slow rolling with my daggum windows all the way down.
Bruh. Yeah, I'll be going about 90 to whoa, blah, bitty, blah, 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 yeah, blah, bitty.
Dude, that's a banger of a song.
Bro, I'm sending it to you right now.
Oh, I have it in my library.
Freaking love it, bro.
Dude, when like the full band comes in and like
Because it just starts off with like the guitar,
yeah.
and then the bass and the drums kick in, and then
Yeah, it's a good
but anyway,
song.
yeah, that song takes me back to Need for Speed Underground 2. The same way that Thunderstruck takes me back to Madden 2013.
Yep. Yep. PS2 game number 2 for me was Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Hey.
Yep.
I really wasn't much of a Grand Theft Auto player until like, GTA 5.
Well, do you have GTA 5 anymore?
Nope.
No.
Dude,
I just get tired of doing the same thing over and over again.
fun fact for you, I actually have Grand Theft Auto Vice City on my PS4.
Wow.
Yeah. That's how fun of a game it was for me. PS2 game number 3 for me was I'll categorize this because there was more than one. What was it? SSX Tricky. It's a snowboarding game.
I had a snowboarding game.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was called.
So that was a video game where the song it's tricky, 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 tricky.
Yeah. I had a game where literally you're on a dirt bike and they give you like a club with spikes in it, and when you drive by someone, you can just like beat them off of. I think it was called Motocross Mania 3. I had that for PS2.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, and then
They made crazy games back in those days, bro.
and then number 4 for me was Enter the Matrix. That was a good one for me.
Bro, I got that game for Christmas one year.
Yeah.
That was such a good game. And
Yep.
then I got that and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. I think it was 3 or 4. I can't remember.
Yeah, that was a good one. I played.
Boy,
I gave.
Yes, I was Tony
Dude,
Hawk.
I gave plenty of gameplay hours
Boy,
in that
I used
game.
to be like, I go to this the Quicksilver event, and I put on my favorite song. Do you have the time to?
Now, was that?
Listen to me, why?
Are you talking about just a regular? Are you talking about just a regular Tony Hawk game or Tony Hawk's American Wasteland?
America's Wasteland. Was
Yes.
what I got for Christmas that morning.
Oh
with
my
Matrix.
gosh.
Yeah,
One of the first.
where you would like go off this ramp and jump through a barn.
Yes. You pretty much free roam the city almost.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that was really good.
Hey, y'all ever play a game called Skate 3?
I played it.
Skate 3.
So that was an Xbox 360 game for me.
Okay.
It was real fun. I had a lot of fun on that game because I didn't feel like I was doing any objective. Like I didn't stress over that game because
Right.
you just skate around and do tricks and get points for it.
Heck yeah.
It's cool.
Heck yeah. Hey, so I think that's gonna do it for time wise on this episode, dude. We got a whole month to talk about video games, and we're gonna get deeper into our favorite video games as the month goes on. So
Next time I'm gonna talk about my favorite series.
ooh. Heck yeah. Yeah. So I guess our next episode will be what our like we're gonna get deep into these video games and our favorite parts about them and stuff like that. Post down in the comments what your favorite video games are. We'd love to know.
Absolutely.
And it could lead to a potential episode about your favorite video games and requests. So don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to us. So that's going to do it for us for this episode. On behalf of the Back 40, I am Nick.
I am Dayton.
And I'm Alex.
We'll catch you next time, guys. See ya.
Holla.
What's up, guys? Nick here from the Back 40 Podcast. Don't forget to go follow us on our Facebook page, the Back 40 Podcast, and give us a follow on our Instagram page at the Back 40 Official. We also have a YouTube channel called the Back 40 Podcast. Subscribe and hit that bell so that you get notified when a new episode gets uploaded. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll catch you on the next episode of the Back 40.